goodness, I know I've got to get this car done. This thing is not going to be able to fix itself. What can I do to get it back on the road? That oil pan is going to be a booger bear. All right, come on, Rev. You got to get to work. Come on now. You really don't have to do this, but if you want to change the oil pan, you can change the oil pan. It's not going to be that hard. Just do it. These screwdrivers are nice. Yeah, I know you're thanking Eugene for the screwdriver. It's nice. We appreciate it. But come on, man. We got to get to work. These screwdrivers are nice. You've got a lot you've got to do, so get to work. My chicken is good at counting her eggs. Quit thinking about your corny dad jokes. I know our chicken is a mathematician. This oil pan is not going to be easy, I'm telling you. It's not going to be easy. Come on now, we got to get to work.
Will you stop arguing with yourself? Just make a decision and get to work.
Deuces! Yes, ma'am. Hey y'all, I'm Rev. This is my daddy, also known as the Ole Man. This is my wife, my prime rib, Nikki T. Here on our channel, we enjoy bringing life back to dead things, mostly old Fords. We have many crazy methods that are ours, and we use those crazy methods on rigs that are ours. If you enjoy our crazy shade tree, cussing free, God loving, dad joke telling, tires spinning content, then subscribe. It's free. But either way, welcome to RevStoration. Now tell me the truth. Do you ever argue with yourself to get out and get work done? My wife, the kids are out of school today, and it's Friday, which is normally my day to work. The Ole Man hadn't got a clutch for the Comet yet, so if you have not watched the Comet GT episode, man, it was a whole bunch of fun. So yep, we're going to try to get it on the road. We're going to put a clutch kit in it. Everybody was asking a few questions about the video, like, was it in neutral? We really didn't know if it was going into neutral until I took the drive shaft out, and then I could turn where the yoke goes into the transmission. So yeah, it was going into neutral, but whenever you push the clutch in, it locks up. It does not go into neutral. So we're gonna put a clutch kit on it, but we're gonna get the brakes loosened up on it, get it drug over to the shop. He's actually getting the shop on Monday of this week, so that should be a pretty cool little snippet of a video to show that to you. But do you ever have to argue with yourself to get out here and get to work? Yep, I had to do that today. But without any further ado, let's get to work. All right, we have the car jacked up. Of course, it's on 2 jack stands. I've got the jack under it just to hold it. Yep, they're not the best. They're not the best jack stands, but I mean, I'm putting my 210, 215 into it and it's not moving. So I believe we're good to get up under the car. Of course, we're not going to be doing too much crazy stuff up under here, but if you see here, I mean, there's all kind of stuff, old oil. So we got to get this sway bar here. We got to get the sway bar off, which, or at least loosened up a good bit. That sway bar probably, if we look under here, sway bar probably needs to be replaced. This crossover member here, there may have to come out. We know, if you look here, this bar that I'm shining the light on, this bar goes under, but if you look, that's where the oil is leaking. So you can ponder with me as much as you want to. Is it coming out of this and going back and then dripping? I know we've got a leak there, but is the bar itself, is it rusted in here? I don't know, it's all crumpled up, all of that. We got to bolt that member, unbolt it. And we get it unbolted, maybe we can slide it back and off. All right, now the more I look, this bar here that I'm shining the light on, it's got to come off. But as I was thinking, well, that's pretty easy. Just pull out those 3 bolts there. But the kicker is that those 3 bolts actually hold the motor mount on. So I'm gonna have to put a jack here on each side, on this side, hold this up, hold the motor mount up, take these 3 bolts off. And when I take those 3 bolts off, I'll be able to pull that side out, put the bolts back on. When I get the bolts back on, then it'll hold the motor mount. Then I can go do the other side and do the same thing. Of course, I got to pull these out. So, got a lot to do under here, folks. It's dirty, nasty, but hey, somebody's got to do it. All right, y'all, I'm trying to get this old 1962 key out. Y'all can say what you want to about these cardboard creepers, but boy, these things, to me, they work pretty good. Actually pretty comfortable too. I'm gonna get my hammer. Be back. Good thing about having these on standby. Things do not always go according to plan. This is real life, folks. Don't always work easy on these old rigs. There it goes, finally. My goodness, that thing was in there like it wanted to stay. Whew. All right. Now onto this side. Hey y'all, there's a way to get this control linkage off without using a claw hammer, but I don't know what it is. All right, y'all, I don't know what happened to my tuning fork. Couldn't find it, but I've got this bar actually broke. So this is the only one we got to worry with getting back tight. I'm probably going to have to find that arm. We'll put it back on until I can find one. But we've got it loose, so we can unbolt both of these sides, get this bar removed. Then we have to come up and get the sway bar here loosened up and at least out of the way. And then we got to work on the motor mounts and this brace here and get it held, and then we should be able to drop the oil pan after I drop the oil. Telling y'all what is sweet when you got the right tool. Uh-oh. Yep, look at there. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee. Just came right on out like it's supposed to. It nuts hot now though. Good Lord. We're gonna clean them up. Alright, so now we gotta take the control arm piece off there. So now we got to loosen this bolt up right on top of that. And we can get this bar out of the way, and then all we have is to remove this piece here, which is a piece that bolts on to the motor mount. So we'll need a jack up under here to do that. Well, let's go and get these two out of the way. When we get these two out of the way, then we can go to town. We're just gonna hold this here. Let's see if we can get this bar down. Let's go. Y'all see what I'm doing? Yep, come right on out. Bar's laying on my neck. Oh, all right. So, all right, we got the bushing off, got the nut off. All right, pick it right on up. Oh, I need a whole nother setup there. We'll get this one here. Probably should have got some new hardware since I knew we were taking it off. Alright, there's all that. Sway bar is, oh come on, don't tell me you can't get it out. Alright, there it is. Alright y'all, we got it out. Sometimes trial and error tells you there's another way to do it. Of course, those bolts are long enough that the pressure of the motor is actually holding the bolts in place. I'm gonna leave one nut on this side secure. I'm gonna take all the nuts out of this side, and then when I remove the bar, I'm gonna put the nuts back on that holds that motor mount in place. I'm gonna drop that bar. When we get the bar dropped, then we can go into changing oil, going through that whole process, getting all that back together. And so that's what we're gonna do now. Get up under there and show it to you. Okay, if you see there, I've got all the nuts off that. The bolts are not going anywhere because they're tubed all the way through this mount on the side. So they're not moving, the bolts are not moving. Don't have really a bunch of load of pressure on them because most of the pressure is just being held right there against the tubing. I'm gonna leave this side in just in case. I'm gonna leave that side in, that one end, just in case. Then I'm gonna get over here on this side, start loosening these up. When we get those loosened up, then we should be able to drop this bar. And when we get it, then we can drop that old rusted out, crushed oil pan. All right, y'all, well, this is the last nut on this side. Of course, I'm trying to make sure I'm not up under, that I'm not up under this motor. I do not believe it's going anywhere, but I don't want to be under it if it does. All right, yep, see it's loose, so it should come right on out whenever I do that. Wow, it has rusted a hole into the oil pan. So that's why it was leaking there. That little bit of shaking, I actually got some of the oil to start dropping. So it's gonna start dripping oil here. It's already coming down. So yep, I needed another oil pan. I'm glad I talked myself into it. Once again, I'm gonna put all these bolts back, these nuts back on after I get this pipe out of the way. All right, y'all, there's the pipe I had to get out. I'll show it to you in just a second after I get these bolted on up. I want at least one in on each side. Make sure those motor mounts are not going anywhere. All right, that's not perfect, but it's tight enough. All right, if I can bring y'all in, it's not leaking much. It's probably right at the top of the line there. But if you see, it's already starting to leak in here. Now, I don't know if that was just oil coming in and sitting on top of it, or if there's actually a little leak. Oh, that's loose right there. It's actually weeping through that rust hole right there where that pipe has just been rubbing. I probably could stick my screwdriver right through that right now. Y'all listen to me now. There's jacks right here will throw your butt. I don't know if y'all saw that, but boy, it threw me for a loop. What's up, Moose? How you, buddy? You got him another hand grenade, JC? Y'all, this oil really hadn't been on there all that long, but let's see, let's tighten them. So we oh boy, I hope it comes with another drain stick. Y'all, this oil really has not been in there all that long, but it's the first oil change, first oil that we have had in it, and of course I gave it some extra, gave it some motor was not stuck, but it had been sitting a little while, so it don't look too bad. Actually, it looks like I probably should save it and try to use it. Thank goodness there's no water in it, or don't see any chunks or anything like that coming out. Nothing real abnormal, so that's good. Hey y'all, air used to be free at gas stations. Doesn't it tick you off that now it's like $1.50? I don't know why. Maybe inflation. Nikki T told me the other day that I was so immature and I kicked her out of my fort. Nikki T would love this one. What do sprinters eat before a race? Nothing. They fast. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? I don't know. It was too tired. Hey, I got one more for y'all. Want to hear a joke about construction? I'm still working on it. All right, y'all. I knew I should have. Man, my goodness, I should have already done this. Yep, here's the oil pan that's got to go back on it. Of course, this one's not crushed like the other one. So this oil pan's got to go on. We'll pull the other one off in just a second. I'm gonna make sure it's the right size. Clean this one up. Probably put some blue paint on it. Man, I should have already had done that. Of course, here is the oil pump. So I'm going to probably take this up under the car and make sure this oil pan is right. Then I'm gonna bring it out here and kind of give it a good scrub down, a good wash, clean it off, and then spritz some blue engine paint on it. Ah, come on, this is not a good fan of paint. Ah, there it goes. Still not good, but it'll do. That's the most beautiful color they make. Man, look how pretty that is. Woo, woo. Oh, beautiful Ford blue. All right, we're gonna let that flash just for a second. We'll slap some more on it in just a minute. All right, once again, whoever got me this little piece, I thank y'all. Oh, man, I need to turn y'all over. I'm sorry. right, folks. That should be all of it. In the pan. Just drop right on out. All right. Here we go. This is the way it'll be. I mean, I don't even think the pans are the same. I sprayed that rascal. No. Look at there. I got two completely different pans. What did I order? And what did they send me? Well, I guess I'm making a ride to Summit, y'all. I got the wrong pan. Now, I'm sure y'all have never done anything like, no way in the world have y'all done anything like this. Summit, Summit has never, this has never happened at Summit. They gave me the wrong doggone oil pan, and they said, hey, we'll take it back. I said, no, I did too good on that blue paint job. I'm keeping it. I think this is a 302, 289 oil pan. It probably needs another coat. Of course, this is the one that we need. They have one that has a rear and a you know, that has the sup in different areas, the pickup. So they have them both in stock in McDonough. Thank goodness. Thank the Lord, I'm only a few minutes away, so I'm throwing this in the back of the truck. I'm headed to McDonough, and we're gonna find the one that we need. We're gonna come home and of course get it installed, we pray. Y'all, it is great only being 30 minutes away from Summit. They already had my order up front, ready to pick it up. Well, Summit did not pull out a victory. They were trying to sell me oil pans for, one was a 429 and one was a 427, and I said, that oil pan's worth as much as the car is. It was $470 something, and of course it wasn't right either. They had it wrong in their system, and thank goodness it was only 30 minutes to Summit, and I got to see a pretty sweet Mustang. Yo, I apologize now at this point in the video. I was hoping, I thought I already had everything I needed to get this job done. Nope, sure didn't. I even thought I was gonna be able to go to Summit and pick it up, but when I got there, I surely couldn't. We'll see y'all when we get more parts. Doggone it. Y'all, the old man's getting his shop finished. Y'all, there it is. Getting the shop put together. Looks good. All right, y'all, there's the old man's shop. The fellas, guys just left. So there's a little bit of debate. We'll walk up and we'll talk about the debate. Of course, the plan has always been to run a wooden rail with lattice all the way across, right, old man?
Yeah, and around the sides too. I was going to put a handrails
all the way around each of the...
in between those and in between here and across the top here and let it go.
Yeah. What you thinking about now?
Well, we're thinking about maybe just going ahead and closing it in. I've thought about closing it in later, but if I can close it in, I'm still going to put the rail up and then put at least two windows in the front facing the river. I got windows in this old house that I was going to put in that one, but I got them where I can put maybe 3 right across the front and put maybe 1 or 2 on the sides.
How many you got? You got 6.
I got 6, so I could put 3, 4, and 5 if I just put 1 on each side.
Yeah.
Or buy extra windows, more windows, to put maybe 1 right in between this 5-foot section, this 5-foot section, or just put 1 right here and put maybe 2 over on that side facing where the house is.
That makes sense because you're gonna be going down the steps
because
there.
I got 6 just alike right now.
That makes most sense, I guess. Side here would have the idea would be a 18 feet wide, 8 foot tall garage door, and then a man door here, right?
Yeah. Or I might make it a 4-foot door because at 6 foot might make a 4-foot roll-up door here where I can still drive my lawnmowers up through here.
Yeah, so 4-foot roll-up door, an 18-foot roll-up door on this side, and he was concerned about it getting hot. But if we got 6 windows, 2 roll-up doors, 18 foot and a 4 foot, and it's 78,000 degrees in there in the summertime, I think we can still get more work done. But if anything, if it's hot in here, it's gonna be hot out here. And at least in here we'd have a
shade.
Yeah, at least it'd be somewhat of a shade. Right, y'all, am I gonna get lucky? They gonna have the parts that I need to finish old Nutcase. Y'all, these boys don't play around. Center drag link, oil pan, one-stop shopping, baby. All right, y'all. February, and we got bugs in the garage. It's Georgia, y'all. It's supposed to be up to like 70 or 80 degrees this week. Yep, those white bass and hybrids are gonna start running up the river, so fishing video coming soon. But y'all, we finally got all the parts that we need, and since we had to wait over the weekend, sorry didn't get the footage out on Sunday, since we had to wait over the weekend to actually pick it up, we got to see the Ole Man's garage, at least stage 1 of the pit being covered. Looks really good, Ole Man. Hopefully y'all enjoy that. We're gonna probably close it in. We don't really know 100% at this point, but it gave me the opportunity of buying some suspension parts. It gave me the opportunity of fixing some things that need to be done, but we got to get it all buttoned up today and get it all put back together. So let me show you this slick oil pan. We don't have to paint it. Yep, there it is. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a 170, 200, 144 oil pan. Man, it is in, I mean, just jam up, good condition. There's the, let me get you in close. There's the part number, Melvin's Classic Ford Parts. There's the phone number. There's the oil pan for the 170, 200. Man, we thank y'all so very much for having it. They also had a center drag link. This is Snack from a cohort Bible study group that I'm participating with in another church. They had extras, so they sent me home with a lemon fill Hostess. Can't beat that, especially with a Mountain Dew. But here's a center drag link. He said it's been in the box forever, and it's original. Of course, it had had the boot and everything on it. I took all that off because I'm gonna hit it with some engine paint, but I got some purple power to clean it up before I paint it. So while we're painting that, I can be putting the oil pan, getting all that hooked up and ready to go. So that's the plan. Also got some sway bar linkage here. I don't know who in the world said that box was the right size box for it. Let's see if I can open her up one-handed. And yep, this is what's in it. Look at there. Come on now. Get out. Yep, that's what's in it. I mean, that feller that says, yep, that's the right size box, I don't know what in the world he was talking about. Man. Right, if you notice, I don't know if you can see it dripping over here. We got a little bit of the pressure off. Uh-oh. We'll get a rag. When we got that pressure off, any of the oil that's in there, it's created a vacuum, and now it's going to start dropping whatever oil it's got there. Boy, that oil was thick. Boy, I had a whole bunch of additive and everything in there. So we'll let it drain, and now it's really opened up. Look at that, y'all. I mean, it's like Niagara Falls. Look at there. Can y'all see that? It's just draining. All that was held in until I loosened this up, and now it's released. It was all held in like a siphon, like if you put your tongue on the end of a straw and pull the straw out, none of the fluid goes out because it's held But oh, just as soon as I let it loose, here she goes. Old pump, new pump. Old pump, new pump. See a problem? My Lord, I have had so much problems finding the parts that we needed. Telling y'all what, a little bit of purple power on an old white rag will clean your hands up real good to put your new oil pump that you can't use back in its box. She's painted, y'all, not looking bad. She'll go on in just a minute. All right, y'all, made me some little sticks off of something we bought for Moose, and that's gonna help me smear the gasket make all the way across. What we want to do is just get it down fairly good onto this, because I promise you, these old cork gaskets don't stay. I mean, they don't stay worth a lick. What's that edge there? It's got a little bend to it. We can worry about that, or we can just bolt it up. And we know those bolts are going to straighten it back out. And that air's got a good bend on it. Wish I'd have noticed that. I see it now. Wish I'd have noticed that earlier. Oh, got it. Got to bend no more, folks. A little bit of body work. Y'all didn't know y'all'd see body work on RevStoration, did you? All right, so now what I'm gonna do is just kind of smear this a little bit here. We don't need a lot. We're just wanting to get some holding there. Go in first because you'll actually see the gasket will actually sit in the grooves on these. There are different sizes. You got one for the front, one for the back. And it's important to get these where they need to be. This is important as well. This is for this side and the other one's for the other side. So what I like to do is get all the holes lined up. Just run on down. Getting the holes lined up and then get it put in here. All right, so that gasket is on. Head on over to this side. It's in. Without that little bit of gasket made on here, these would be flopping around like a fish. I'm thinking about fishing a bunch, y'all, but it's really important that, to me, if you're doing it and installing it the way that I am, it's really important that you have this gasket made on it, because otherwise it is just gonna flop around, and when you're up under the car, you're gonna pull your hair out. All right, y'all, while all that dries, I'm gonna get all the residue and everything off of these. These are the bolts that goes on to the oil pan as well as I can. And of course, I just got this really high dollar whirly whirl. I mean, this here is, I mean, from the best place you can find parts if you got a budget like mine. Yep, this is one of them Harbor Freight specials. Some people say use gloves, but boy, a glove just sucks my hand right into that. So it's better for me to just use my old fingers, and it makes them soft. I mean, it grinds all that dirt off whenever you hit it, and it does a real good job of teaching you not to do it again. Y'all, that's what happens to you cupcake eaters whenever you work on one of these rigs. I could have had gloves on, but I guarantee you to suck my fingers in there and I'd be injured. So I'm grateful to have old dirty cupcake eaters, and now we're ready to go to the next step. All right, everybody. All right, you got to make sure, of course, that all your surfaces are clean. You really have to make sure you pull the front and back seal out, because if you hadn't, it ain't gonna fit and it ain't gonna be good. Of course, everything's already laid in on mine, if you can see it. So of course, bring it up. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Get in there, boy. So there she sits, and that's how she's supposed to go. So I'm gonna get a couple of these started on each side that would hold it. Hey y'all, while I'm zipping, I'm doing this really fast and getting this all zipped in. I just want to take just a moment just to let y'all know how much we really appreciate each and every one of you for watching the channel. It's really a blessing to read your comments. We try to comment back, reply back to each of the comments. We hope that some of our crazy effort and work has earned your subscription. Of course, subscriptions, you subbing to the channel may not be important to others, but I promise you it's important to us. So if we've earned your subscription, hey, hit that sub button. Bolt in here and get it good and started. One side. Get the other side. I could have used new bolts on this, would have made this a little bit easier. I don't know why they've got rust on them, but sometimes in the last, 60 years, they got a little bit of rust. But I'll probably have a little rust on me in 60 years too. All right, y'all, the sway bar linkage goes on a lot better when you have the weight of the car down on it. The sway bar sort of lines up better. So I loosened up this side, got it adjusted where it needs to be, tightened it up, did the same thing on this side, got it good and tight. Of course, sucked it down so that it doesn't have any wiggle and any move in it. So the sway bar is on, everything's on up underneath the car. So now all we have to do is add oil. I got some O'Reilly's oil, some high mileage. So I also got some zinc additive. This zinc additive on these flat tappet cams, of course, we don't want to round those off. So this gives it a little bit of extra, lubrication, if you will. It does a whole lot better. It says it provides superior wear protection, prevents cam and valve train wear, makes newer oil work in older engines. So this is about, for me, I have an account at O'Reilly's, about $10.99. So and this sweet funnel, I can just drop her on in there. Oh no. Y'all, I hadn't put an oil filter in yet, so I need to go drop my oil filter in right quick. I hadn't lost any oil yet. It hadn't got up high enough. Whew. What would it be? In the heavens am I doing? Yep, I got the old Wix version. Always oil up your seal. old Eugene bottle will help out. I don't believe I have any gas in the gas tank, and this will tell us if that's the case. If she barks right off, then we'll know she needs gas. She needs gas, folks. Well, I was gonna go get some gas, but it looks like I don't have a brake pedal, so that wouldn't be good. Hey, do y'all ever get excited and then think, hey, did I get everything done? I forgot all about the motor mount. I had two little loose bolts in the motor mount and a brace that goes up under the engine. I needed to get that done before we stop and go and get gas. So let's see, y'all reckon she'll crank? Let's go get some gas. Y'all, Nutcase sounds like it needs maybe needs a tune-up or something. I don't know. I think the carburetor needs to be cleaned out. I think I need to check the fuel pump. But I want to say I thank y'all so very much for watching. Y'all are an awesome blessing to me, to Nutcase, to Booze, to Nikki T, to the Ole Man, to the kiddos. Y'all are a blessing to us. We love y'all. We thank you so very much for watching. And as always, hey, we know no way of closing out any of these episodes than saying deuces. May God bless. Hey, we want to thank y'all again for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do so by clicking this button down below, or you can watch a video that may be suited for you or a recent upload here down below. So once again, we thank you for watching. Deuces. May God bless.